I'm standing out the front of the beautiful Rex Theatre in Charlton. We're about to go in and have a look and meet a couple of very dedicated community members who help run this gorgeous place. Come with me. Okay, I'm standing on the beautiful stage in the magnificent Rex Theatre in Charlton. It's just amazing. We'll show you all of that in a minute. But I want to introduce you to two people who really are the part of the lifeblood behind this community venture. We've got Hayden. Hayden, what do you do here?
I'm chairman of the board and I do projection, help out Canberra.
So you're an important person with the projector?
Oh, one of.
Don't ever have a sickie when there's a show. And I'm standing here with Councillor David Pollard. How are you going?
Good, thanks Anita.
And what do you do here?
I was a slave to the organisation.
We all need one of them.
Whereas I can do projectionists, cook popcorn, do the ticket box.
Popcorn?
Yeah, pay the bills.
Is it real popcorn?
Yeah, it's real popcorn.
Awesome. Got to have popcorn when you come to the theatre.
You go to it's a cinema.
That's right. So how old is this beautiful building?
It's 80 years old this year.
Oh wow.
In October it'll be 80.
Wow. And how many does it seat?
Seats around 300.
And do you have many shows here?
We are starting to get a few more live shows here now since we've got air conditioning. It's fully air conditioned now, which went in June last year, and it's been incredible. It actually works.
It actually works.
It actually works.
Very high ceilings, and the acoustics are amazing. They built buildings for a purpose back then, didn't they? It's just amazing. It's just I'm in awe. I'm in awe. So
this building was built basically 10 years after they started with the talking movies.
Is that right?
So with the talking movies, they'd experimented a little bit with acoustics, and this is the outlet of that. It was designed by an architect in Melbourne and built by a crew in Bendigo, and the bricks were made by a local here in Charlton on the back block.
Is that right? Wow, that is amazing. So, Hayden, how long have you been doing projector work for?
Almost 6 months.
Almost 6 months. So
almost a year.
Almost a year. So what kind of projector do you use?
Digital projector.
So it's not the old style anymore?
No. We have got the old style up there that runs.
Cool.
Dave knows how to do all that.
So how long have you been in Charlton for?
A bit over 10 years.
10 years? And where did you come from?
Machuga before that.
Machuga? What brought you to Charlton?
The light.
There's always one. So what brought you to Charlton?
Job opportunities
for
the family and myself.
Nice. And you work in IT?
Yes, I work at the college as a local technician.
Oh, nice.
I manage everything with the 130 students, plus the 150 for the Trade Training Centre.
There's a Trade Trading Centre?
Yes.
Really?
So we do hospitality, engineering, building construction, allied health, beauty services, hairdressing,
automotive,
animal
all
studies.
In this little town? Wow.
Yeah.
And how many children are in the school?
So 130 for the school itself.
Is that
P to 12.
P to 12. Mm-hmm. So you're very similar to Wedderburn. You've got a P to 12 as well.
Yes. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, nice. How long have you been here?
I started showing film here in 1980.
But how long have you worked in? How long have you lived in Charlton for?
I've lived in Charlton. It was actually about 83. We actually moved to Teddy Waddy, which is just out of Charlton. Mm-hmm.
And that's between?
Here in Witcherproof.
Yep.
And before that I lived just south of Witcherproof on the farm, and I used to travel down to Charlton for my automotive apprenticeship.
There you go. And you're a farmer?
I am now, yeah.
Yeah, what do you farm?
Wheat, sheep, oats, barley, vetch, canola.
And canola?
And canola.
Nice. And how long have you been a councillor for?
I've been a councillor, this is my 10th year in council, and my 3rd term as mayor.
Well, you must be doing something right.
Yeah, they keep voting me back in, don't they?
So on a council point of view and an economic point of view, what kind of trades and services are needed here in Charlton to boost the economy and to help the locals?
It's a difficult one. We've got to build an economy as well. Secondary industry is probably a very important one because we've got primary industry, and building on the secondary industry and what we can do with the local grains and sheep. But as well as that, health is very important with an ageing population, and with the new hospital built here in Charlton, we should be able to get some of the specialists to come and do consulting out of the hospital, which would be fantastic. It'd save people travelling an extra 100 k's to get to Bendigo.
Absolutely, it would. And it'd be a great asset to grow the town as well.
So
trade services, you've got builders, you've got plumbers, you've got electricians.
Yeah, we've got all those in town.
Yep.
But realistically, retired people would be great.
There you go. If you've got a mum and dad or an auntie or you're retired, come to Charlton.
Yeah, because that creates employment for the tradies.
That's right, exactly. What goes around comes around.
What goes around comes around, yeah. And it actually starts building an economy.
Yep.
So we're starting to work a little bit because we're on the Carlton Highway, which is a very major route. We're starting to get a little bit of tourists in. And with the upgrades with the Travellers Rest, which you'll hear about shortly, it's starting to get more people stopping. And every person that leaves a few dollars at any of our businesses supports our economy.
It certainly does. Well, thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate your time and keep up the good work. And next time you're in Charlton, make sure you even just at least walk past and just grab the ambience of this place. It's just amazing. Thank you.
For a movie.
And if you want it, this place was purchased by the community about 10 years ago, and it was a huge effort by the community. And the fundraising with the community, we applied for a grant through the federal government. They liked our concept, didn't like our budget. We had to find $100,000 and we had 4 weeks to find it. We organised a grant through the loan through the community bank for $50,000 because we're in the middle of drought. We held a public meeting when we had that through on the Wednesday, and by the Friday we had enough pledged to cover the budget. And in 6 weeks we had 94,000 pledged and 100% paid up.
Well done. Congratulations, Charlton.
So it was a huge effort by the community. So it's valued by the community, and in the recovery after the flood, it was a huge boost to Charlton when the wrecks reopened.
And the floods back a few years ago, that really devastated the community, didn't it? But it showed the spirit of the community as well.
It shows the spirit and the resilience and how we can work as a community to help each other through. The flood actually affected 80% of our residential properties and affected 96% of our businesses. So it was a huge impact on our local community. Since then, there's been a lot of work happening and there's a lot more knowledge on flood behaviour.
That's good. That's good. Thanks, guys. Greatly appreciated.
Right, thank you.